Hello, my name is Aarya and my student ID is 2214890. Today, we're going to be looking at my CS 2001 application under the name of eco-billing. Please note that even though this is a group project, most of this video would be looking at my component and the user stories that I've dealt with. Primarily, these include two things. The first user story would be login and registration. And the second user story would be the ability for the user to calculate the carbon footprints. I would now like to bring your attention to the back end, where we would look at the MySQL workbench. Oh, I would like to share my screen first. Sorry about that. Right. I would like to bring your attention to the back end. As you can see, the block table, the carbon footprint table, and the user info table for now are part of the group database. These were initially called upon by the energy application.class. We can see this after we drop these tables from the main table, from the main schema. Right. And we go back to the VS Code and run the energy application again. As you can see, the application or the energy application.java file is using Spring Boot to populate the table and to create more tables in the G42DB schema. I will now fetch these tables and boom, there they are. As you can see, these tables are populated with records of their own. I would now like to start the front end of the application. Oops, cd front end and npm start. There you go. This would take us directly to the login screen. Since we aren't registered with eco-billing yet, I would like to take this opportunity to show you the inspect element and the network tab. And I would like to create a few people to be the part of eco-billing. As you can see, if this field is left empty or like incomplete, it's going to ask you a prompt to fill it up. And the moment you register, it uses a post API to register yourself back into the database. Let's try this again with another record. Aarya Pandey, that would be my brother. And we register him as well, and there you go. Now let's try logging in. And we use the same password. Oops, sorry, wrong user. And wrong password as well. There you go. You've now entered the eco-billing application. That brings the first user story to an end. The second user story begins by us trying to use our carbon footprint calculator or by us trying to read one of these blogs. These blogs have been called directly from the backend, as you can see, and can be liked by any user. These likes are stored as an array list in the MySQL table, and hence each user can only like a blog once. Moving back to the dashboard, I would now try the carbon footprint calculator. As you can see, there's three primary inputs. There's the house, there's the transport, and there's the lifestyle. It's based on these three factors that we have chosen to calculate the carbon footprint. But now let's fill in these data. There's 5 people living in my. Oh, by the way, these fields would not take any text input. They only take numerical input. So there's 5 people living in my house from India, about 200 meters square, detached house, 20,000, and my heating source would be natural gas. Yep. Moving on to transport. Please provide your hours per week traveled by all household members. So maybe 20 hours in a train, for 10 in a bus, no intercity bus for us, and maybe 10 hours of walking. We do have a car, so I would choose petrol. I don't know, maybe 100,000 kilometer, no, 10,000 kilometers. Yep, 10,000 kilometers a year and an annual consumption of, I don't know, 2,000 liters, I think. And going on to next, it would ask me to write down my annual spendings in Great Britain pound for the following. So food and drink products, maybe around 2,000 pounds. Pharmaceuticals expensive. Clothes, again, might be expensive for people. Paper-based products, 1,000 pounds. Computers and IT, again, expensive, 3,500. And television and radio, 1,000 should be fine. Awesome. I would now generate a report. And as you can see, the report is successfully created. Even if these fields were left empty, right, the report would be created because you have data still present in some of these fields. But if you remove data from, okay, we'll look at it later. Yep. And of course, you can save this then as a PDF, which would download locally to your system and give you a carbon footprint report that would look something like this. It would give you a calculated output of your yearly carbon emissions per kilogram and per ton, and then tell you what percent of the population your emissions lie in. So for this particular calculation, it lies in the 24.9 percentile of all carbon of the average carbon footprint calculation. Okay, I would like to move this somewhere else for now. This could be here. Going back to the application, you can see that if I go to the dashboard and log out, it takes me straight away to the login screen again. That was more or less how the application worked. We've got, sorry, I completely forgot about one key thing. Okay, I forgot my email address and password, so let's check it. Select rows. Okay. Super. Oh, you can go to the carbon reports and see that there are carbon reports being fetched on this page. Because we created 2 reports earlier, there's 2 reports that are being fetched here even after I do log out. I can still download these reports from here, and this carbon data has been stored in the carbon footprint tab table under the MySQL schema, as you can see. Now, if I try and create a report, it does create a report. So that is the eco billing application for you guys. That is all my components. Thank you for watching. See ya. Why was this not working then? I wanted to show this. Please fill in all the fields. Now it's showing oops. Okay. Sorry, one additional information. Uh, if you do not enter any data anywhere and you click on next, it does give you an error. It says, please fill in all the fields. And finally, when you go and try and generate a report without anything, it does give you an error for oops. I do not know why it did not work just a moment ago, but that it has been programmed to say that. Thank you for watching, and yeah, thank you.